Hi guys, this is Jacqui Cooper from Crypto Mom, and I am here today with a really special guest, Terry James. I am going to be talking with him about a variety of topics from cryptocurrency to the purpose of money to also a very special coin known as BizzCoin and everything involved with that. For those that are new to Crypto Mom, my purpose is to provide background and educational information so that way those that are new to the cryptocurrency area can learn more, and those that are more experienced can also learn about new opportunities to become involved with other coins to possibly hold. And just a little bit of background, again, for those that might be new to what Crypto Mom is about. My background is kind of diverse. I'm located here in the United States, and I am an attorney, but I'm also an educator, and that's why I created Crypto Mom, because I believe that we need to learn more about how to manage and handle our finance. I'm not a registered financial advisor. This is all, my personal opinions, and it's about my journey in this cryptocurrency world, which I'm really excited to be diving into. So with that being said, Terry, thank you so much for being here today. I know that you are both an experienced businessman as well as you've been involved in the cryptocurrency world for a while. So thank you so much for being here. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you so much.
So you actually have a really interesting background. So can you share a little bit more about where you started and how you became involved with BizzCoin and BizzTrade, and just give us a little bit of a background before we dive into some of the other parts of our conversation.
Yeah, well, I've been working with cryptocurrencies for around 10 years now, and as well as network marketing, because I believe network marketing is a powerful business model. And it was about March, April last year that I came across this project, which is BizzCoin and BizzTrade. And because of my experience and I know what I'm looking for in relation to cryptocurrencies, I did my due diligence, I researched the project, I researched the people behind it, and I was delighted to get involved starting at the beginning of April last year. And it's been so far a complete success.
Now, your position is it covers the global world. Share a little bit more about what you do and what you're getting, the projects that you're involved with.
Well, thankfully, because of my experience in the crypto field and my business background, the company quickly identified the skill set that I have, and they offered me a position within the corporate team in July last year. So only a few months after embarking upon this journey. And of course, I met the corporate team, I met the co-founders, the owners of the business, and I was delighted to accept their proposal. And that puts me in a position of vice president of sales within the corporate team of BizzTrade, primarily in BizzCoin, because that's my driver factor is BizzCoin, and we're embracing around 120,000-30,000 people in over 150 countries right now. That stretches those responsibilities, as you can imagine. The demand for cryptocurrencies right now is really getting traction in the world.
Why is that? What you and I talked a little bit before we started the recording, in terms of just the philosophy of money and why are people being attracted to cryptocurrency now?
Well, it's happening more than ever right now because, the main currency we use, fiat currency, the world reserve currency, of course, is the US dollar. And they've just been printing it to complete oblivion. They call it inflation, whereby they are circulating so much more fiat currency, regular money, if you like, to the point where it is constantly devaluing. And people are seeing that, wait a minute, there's other money choices being presented out there in the world. Cryptocurrency right now, there's over 8,000 alternative currencies on top of Bitcoin, which are offering a new way of doing money. And they can see that those that are properly placed and those that are respected by the community in crypto are actually growing in value rather than the fiat currencies that seem to be tremendously losing most of their value.
So I know a little bit about the coin, and we'll talk a little bit more about its ecosystem, but I also want to just talk a little bit about your personal story, because I know that you mentioned that you've been involved in a variety of businesses, and you have and still are very successful. What made you interested a number of years ago in looking at the cryptocurrency side?
Yeah, what set me on the journey properly on researching what money was all about was in 2008, after holding a successful business in real estate, which again was an international business based out of the UK. In 2008, there was a world event, financial event, which I think impacted most people. And there was the financial crash, and it impacted on my business to the point where, because I was in real estate and it was mortgages that were hit a lot at that time, it just took me out of business. I had to leave that business because of the impact that financial situation had on the whole world. And it got me down the path of researching, well, what is money? Because if one day you can be understanding what you think money is and what it's all about, then the next day it can be gone. There must be more to the story. So that set me on the journey of researching and finding out, what is money? What is it? And I then, of course, came across cryptocurrencies.
So what I have been fascinated about is the ecosystem that BizzCoin has. Because when you talk about money, you can talk about a coin that you use and just kind of sit on, and it appreciates in value, and then you can take the money out and use it. But BizzCoin actually has an ecosystem where it hits both of those things. There's it will grow in value at the same time that you can actually use it. That seems to make it different than other coins. Are there any other coins like that out there that actually have an ecosystem?
There are coins that have a limited ecosystem. There are coins that have an ecosystem only by way of being able to interact with fiat currency. For example, they can convert their cryptocurrency on a MasterCard, Visa card, and spend it as fiat currency. But as far as being able to directly transact with the cryptocurrency itself for the items that you want to buy, shopping, food shopping, clothes shopping, going on holiday, travel, well, this is pretty much a first that we have with our ecosystem. There isn't a great deal out there that can even come close in competition, the way that we've structured this coin and the ecosystem. Now, of course, the ecosystem places the demand on the coin, which increases its value because more and more people see the worth of having the coin, because it can be used for everyday things and it can be used directly. Now, that doesn't mean to say that the coin cannot be diversified onto a MasterCard and utilized within fiat currency, because it can, or it will be able to be shortly. But the ecosystem, the concept of cryptocurrencies is built around the ecosystem, the utility of the coin. What can I use that coin for? Is it just purely speculative, or does it have a purpose in life? And of course, the coin that we're talking about, BizzCoin, is regulated, it's licensed out of the jurisdiction of Estonia, and it is registered as a utility coin. So it must have utility. And the exciting thing about what BizzTrade have done with BizzCoin is they brought a coin to market with an ecosystem where you can use the coin for everyday things from day one to 100% of its value.
I want to touch on something you briefly mentioned, because in my short time in doing research, I came across that there are regulated coins and unregulated coins. Explain to me, because that really impressed me that BizzCoin was regulated. Explain to me why that's important.
Yeah, and that's a very good question. You see, the crypto industry, the crypto space industry is of course relatively new, 10 years old if you just date it off Bitcoin. But of course, there's 8,000 circulating cryptocurrencies out there now, with more coming on the market by the day. What has happened over the years is that the like any industry, it attracts unscrupulous people, and they've used the space to essentially create projects, create coins and tokens that people who are moving into this industry have been buying, they've been speculating with, and the people behind, whoever the people have been, have disappeared. They've run off with people's money. Yeah, it happens everywhere, but it happens as well in this space. So when you are embracing this technology and this new style of money, and because money is a sensitive subject, you have to be more forthright. You have to be more transparent these days. You have to show that you are here in a serious manner to do proper, real business. And of course, to do that, the government of Estonia is one of the jurisdictions in the world that offer the transparency template, where you can go to them, you can prove who you are, what your business model is, do the criminal checks, the company checks, the people checks, the financial checks. And if you pass all those hurdles, then they will grant you a license under conditions to issue your cryptocurrency. And it's only for the issuance. It doesn't mean to say that the coin comes under the government jurisdiction of Estonia. It's just the issuance ability of the coin, which is where the problems have been previously, with people issuing the coin, taking the money and running off, and nobody knows who they've been. So we've come to market with a transparent template.
I think that talks about the strength of the just the structure of the company and also of the coin. Now, the other thing that I'm still learning about are coin markets. And I know that we're on a variety of coin markets, and I've heard you talk about this before, but please explain how difficult is it for a coin to actually get onto a coin market? Because for those like myself who just kind of jumped into this, I have no clue, as to what are the, like you talked about the registration, what are the background checks that happen before you can even have a coin listed there?
Okay, so you're looking at the coin market cap initially, and there's several other market capitalization platforms that you can utilize, but the more common one and the more popular one is coin market cap. But that's just a platform where people can do the due diligence on your coin. They can look at the tokenomics, they can look at the technology that you are using, the type of token or coin that you are. But what you want to do is reach the platforms of the trading platforms, the cryptocurrency exchanges, because these are what feed in to the main platform like CoinMarketCap and deliver a live dynamic market price based on what people are trading your coin at. So there are around 400 cryptocurrency exchanges in the world right now. It's a massively growing industry, and it's worth billions and billions of dollars, 24/7 trading taking place on over 8,000 trading pair coins, cryptocurrencies and tokens. So the idea is that you need to get onto the better platforms, the better exchanges. That's where the trading takes place. That's where the more reliable people go and do their trading, and they can see the coins. So we, as a company, have placed ourselves right now onto 5 different cryptocurrency exchanges that we believe are credible exchanges that people are using to see our coin, to trade our coin and deliver a live dynamic price on the coin market cap. That is what's happening now. And of course, we're not stopping there. We're looking to launch on Huobi. We've been quite public about this. We've reached an agreement with Huobi, which is one of the world's leading cryptocurrency exchanges. In fact, it ranks right up there at the very, very top. Because this is where people see your coin. This is where the people who are looking at the fundamentals, they're looking at your ecosystem, they're looking at the technicals, and they want to know, is that coin worth buying and selling and trading with? And this is what happens on these exchanges, delivering the dynamic price. So it's free market. Your coin value is determined by free market, and that's what we want.
Very interesting. The other thing that I've heard on different Zooms is the protection and the security within our own back office, and how do cryptocurrencies protect themselves these days from whether it's hacking or something else like that? I mean, again, we're all becoming more digitally knowledgeable. So how is BizzCoin kind of looking at that whole area?
Well, we look at the platforms. You've got several types of wallets that coins are held in. They're held within our dashboard when people purchase them. They're held as an accountable number only. They're not actually the physical coin on the dashboard of the website. So even if the website did get hacked, and we've never been hacked, even if it did get hacked, there's just nothing there. There's just a digital representation, numerical value of what coins people are holding, which are being held on a cold wallet. Now, you could call that a hot wallet as of sorts. So you have hot wallets and cold wallets. Hot wallets are the wallets that people use to more interact on a hot wallet basis. So they are buying, they are selling, and they need the coins at instant disposal to do business. So the platform will move them onto our own decentralized wallet, for example. We are an ERC20 token, so there are several decentralized wallets that our coin can be put onto. But we look at Biz Wallet, that you can download off the App Store. It holds our coin and several other leading cryptocurrencies. And that is, if you like, a hot wallet, but it is on the blockchain. And the only way it can be hacked is if people get hold of your private keys. But your coins, whilst on there, are most certainly at risk of that. If you want to eliminate all risk, the ideal thing is that what you do is you place your coins onto a cold storage device. There are several devices on the market, and you remove your coins offline and you cold store them. You can do it on paper or you can do it on an electronic device, but you're essentially removing them from the internet completely. That's the safest way of holding your coins.
I love the fact that you're educating me and you're educating my listeners in a way that makes it very simple and understandable, because again, many of the individuals that I'm talking to ask these questions like I have, and I'm still learning how to answer those questions. So I really appreciate that. I see that BizTowers is behind you. That's one of the projects. I know BizzCoin has a lot of a long-term vision and a really solid white paper. Why do coins create white papers? What's the purpose behind that? And then the other thing is, you had mentioned the type of coin, and I know it's built on the Ethereum platform. So can you share a little bit more about that? Because the BizzCoin really is very strong, and that's why I wanted to have you on to kind of share the vision.
Yeah, well, let's start with the white paper. Whenever a coin is brought to market, like Bitcoin set the trend. You can read the white paper of Bitcoin, because the idea is you're going to bring a coin or token to market, a token marketed as a coin. But if you're bringing a token or coin to market, it must have a purpose. It has to have a business model. It must fill a gap. It must answer a problem. And the white paper is presented to essentially highlight the tokenomics and the reason the coin is coming to market, its business model, and what problems it should be solving. So that's the idea of a white paper. A business plan is essentially what you're looking at. Now, the other aspect that you were talking about is the ERC20 token side of BizzCoin. There are many blockchains in the world, not just, I mean, you have the granddaddy of them all, which is Bitcoin blockchain, but many technology companies have produced their own decentralized version of a blockchain. There's many of them out there. One of them is Ethereum. Ethereum is one of the leading ones. And what happens is, because it's open source, that means anybody can embrace the technology of that blockchain, and you can create apps and you can create coins and tokens on the blockchain of Ethereum. Now, when you do anything you use on there is a fee for using coins or apps, and that fee is paid in Ethereum token or Ethereum coin, which is why Ethereum have its own blockchain and its own coin, because if you interact on their blockchain, you have to pay a fee. That fee must be paid in Ethereum coin. So Ethereum coin is one of the number 2 in the world. Why? Because a lot of people are embracing the technology of Ethereum. They find the blockchain is fast to use, it's reliable, it has a lot of benefits, and we've chosen as an ERC20 token, which means it's Ethereum-based token. We've chosen that technology because we believe it suits our purpose.
That's awesome. I know we could talk for hours, and I really value your time. And there might be other topics that we're going to be, definitely speaking about. For those that are listening, I will put in the podcast block below, as well as on the YouTube block, my contact information and a link, so that way you can get some more information about BizzCoin, as well as my email. If you have any specific questions that you would like to ask, I'm always happy to research and get the answers for you. Terry, before we leave, is there anything else that you want to share with those that are listening about either BizzCoin, BizzTrade, or cryptocurrency in general?
Well, cryptocurrency in general is a point worth making. The digital assets are growing in value and growing in popularity, because right now fiat currency seems to be dwindling to the point we don't know what is going to be happening with the world reserve currencies. You look at China and you look at the other strong currencies in the world, and there's a lot of uncertainty. So there's a big move by institutional investors and institutional monies moving into digital assets. So it looks like 2021 is going to be really a takeoff platform for cryptocurrencies that, by the way, according to the coin market capitalization, the actual cryptocurrency market has gone over $1 trillion in value over the last 4 weeks. $1 trillion. And Bitcoin itself is worth more than capitalization of Visa. So this is where the world is going, and it's a great time if you want to capitalize on the cryptocurrency markets. It's a great time to get involved, and it's a great time to get involved with a good coin.
I agree with you totally. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. And thank you everyone for liking and subscribing to the podcast, as well as my YouTube channel. And I look forward to having more conversations with you. Thank you so much, Terry. Have a great day.
Thank you.